What is walkability?
We see the sidewalks as an amenity, or the walkability as amenity, and we got to get back to sidewalks aren't an amenity. They're a basic infrastructure need and should be built in.
Our walkability, our bikeability, we have 5 regional trails that converge in Hopkins as one of our competitive advantages, and so we're doing whatever we can to build on that and really emphasize that.
There's 4 fundamental questions that make something walkable. Is there a reason to walk? Is it safe? Is it comfortable? Is it interesting? So how those questions get answered may be different in St. Louis Park than it is in Oakdale as it is in Minneapolis.
In Hopkins, we've had really great success doing temporary installations to give the community a feel for what the street would feel like if the pedestrian had more space than they currently have. And so things like celebrating National Parking Day for us was a huge way of kind of showing that we value the pedestrian.
If you're biking and you're walking and you're taking transit, they're much healthier. They're healthier for you individually, but it's also healthier for our planet. It conserves financial resources, and it also conserves environmental resources. So better quality of life for all of us.
People are choosing where they live very strategically about what they want, especially for transit. And so we're starting to see people move into Hopkins that are planning on light rail being an option for them. They want to be a one-car, no-car family, and there's a lot of self-selection, I think, going on.
Using transit, integrating transit into the suburbs and how that works for development.
In both Coon Rapids right now and in Fridley, we're doing large housing development projects at the North Star line.
Having the North Star and an active rail station has added value to our community. It's not the only aspect that has made us successful, but as a value add and as a contributing factor to the success of our community, absolutely it added to that success.
As you get into the middle ring suburbs, you're starting to see people embrace more for transportation. You're starting to see them embrace more options. They're walking, they're biking, etc. And so I think in those suburbs that are more developed, they're starting to think about, okay, we've got a lot of trails, but do our trails go to the restaurants, or are they just being used for recreation? So those middle suburbs are starting to grapple with that. And then in the urban area, of course, people are starting to choose biking to work or transit or walking and choosing not to even have a car.
If you look at the suburban form, it's hard for me to believe that everybody in the United States since 1950 has chosen the same urban form. So I think developers and cities can drive land use planning and development in ways that promote walkability and transit, and do it smartly, because there's always good reasons to do it. Somebody's going to use it.
People really want this kind of infrastructure. They may not know it until they see it, but when they do, they get really excited.
You know, we're seeing broadly that millennials really have a different aesthetic that they're trying to go after, and since the Great Recession, there's been that big kind of migration into the urban environments that a lot of employers are really responding to on the office side and on the industrial side.
As it relates to the millennials and development, I just feel like there's more connectivity that's wanted, and connectivity means so many things, as we started with, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's social, it's physical, it's so many different attributes of connectivity, and they're just looking for more of that.
Connection to a variety of transit options, bus, light rail, and then being able to bike to work and have showers and place to lock their bikes up that's safe and comfortable for them is a really big deal too.
What has happened in downtown Lowertown with the light rail, what's happened in downtown Minneapolis and along Hiawatha corridor have been dramatic increases in occupancy and fairly dramatic increases in rent sustainability.
Those amenities that I just mentioned are aspects that we have to sell and have to get into projects to make them viable.
My ideal would be to wake up in the morning, I look at my meetings, and it gives me every option that I can take, how much time it is, and how much it costs. And then I can choose what I want, and I have that freedom.